Hello everyone, and welcome to our second video on how to deal with the anxiety related to COVID-19. In my last video, I spoke to you about our reptilian brain, which is wired to deal with any threat it sees in two ways, either to fight it or to run away from it. Today I'd like to share with you a very interesting and powerful experiment done by Seligman a number of years back, but it remains very relevant today. So here you see this illustration of a chamber, and this chamber has two parts to it, divided by a small partition. In one part of the chamber, there are periodic electrical shocks preceded by this light, and this part of the chamber is where there is no electrical shocks. So a dog is placed in this part of the chamber, and it sees that this light comes on. Within a few moments there is an electrical shock. So quickly the dog recognizes this pattern, and every time it sees the light come on, it makes a jump over to the safe side. This continues for a while, after which the dog is placed back to this side and the barrier is raised right up to the ceiling, so the dog can no longer surmount it. The dog makes a lot of valiant attempts, fails, and then it gives up. It just resigns to its fate. It sees the light come on, curls itself into a ball, takes the shock, and carries on. The third part of the experiment is where this barrier is again lowered to the initial level, and the dog can easily cross over. The light comes on, and surprisingly this time the dog makes no attempt to cross over, even though it easily can. This is called, in psychology, a state of learned helplessness. And learned helplessness is a terrible state for us to be in, because it makes us believe that we have no control and we are victims of the circumstances around us. With COVID-19 happening, a lot of us are dealing with things that we hadn't anticipated, such as a job loss, a pay cut, certain projects that you expected to materialize which are not happening now. Individuals in your intimate circle who have got affected by the virus, and sadly some who may have even succumbed. Now, as long as you can harness yourself to a state of anxiety where you believe that there are still things within your control that you can actually do to deal with the current situation, you're going to be fine. But if you move to a state of learned helplessness where you start believing that no matter what you do, things are not going to get better, that is the seed of depression. And that is not a good space to be in at all. In my subsequent videos, I'm going to talk about a few strategies that we can implement that's going to help us deal with our levels of anxiety optimally and not slip into depression. If you would like to continue to see my videos, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Dipshika Mitra. Thank you. Stay safe.